Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. I am losing my mind. Okay, I made the mistake of donating. So I do tithing, right? And I give a great amount to my church, but I always like to hold back a little to give to whatever groups I feel good about. Oh my gosh, they inundate me with mail. And every single thing they send says, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. Like, the world is going to end if you don't contribute. It just like, it affects me. I'm not kidding you. It accidentally affects me. And then they have all these gimmicks because I keep thinking, I'm going to just throw all these away. I'm not even going to open them up. But the gimmicks pull me in. Okay. One of them that kills me, though, is they have a little window on the envelope now that'll have like 3 pennies or a nickel. And it'll say how those 3 pennies or that nickel could save a life or change a life. And I'm like, then why didn't you keep it, pray tell, and apply it? Instead of using a middleman by sending it to me. Seriously? What? And then when I'm ready to throw it out, inevitably they say that there is a gift enclosed. So this is to give you an idea. This is just from today, okay? All of this is just from today. This is how it is every single day. Some days are worse. And that is not regular mail. So that's not all of the mortgage things, the credit cards, the ads for food. Like, it's none of that. This is just, thanks so much that you donated, and now that you donated, we're going to punish you by sending you a gazillion requests every single day. Oh my gosh. And I could have just given the money to my church, but I wanted the fun of choosing other groups to bless, right? So some of the little gimmicks that they always put in, this is one of the free gifts, this really thick pad of paper. And sometimes it actually is printed with Juliana, which really steals my heart. Like, then I don't even know how to throw it away, which is so sad. Every single minute are mail, address stickers. And I know people say, oh, use them for books. And Lord knows I have a ton of books as a teacher, but I'm not giving my address to my kids. And most things are done online now. So why, pray tell, do they keep sending out billions of these, which, of course, on the back have the donate the money, right? And then there's a gift enclosed. And a bunch of times it is a beautiful magnet with their logo or their idea on it for me to look at on my fridge all day long. And look at how thick the magnet is, too. It's a really expensive one. Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, who's with me? Who's with me? I don't want to regret my generosity, okay? Like, I just donated $640. God's money. God's money. I mean, yes, I earned it, but it's His grace. But still. Anyway, so then I was thinking, how can I stop some of this, right? Because I'm a solutions-based person. And there's a bunch, but I found this one, which is called EcoPsycho, Building Zero Waste Communities, which I would love. And then I was thinking back to before I was even born. Before I was even born, they had the Jetsons, right? Meet George Jetson, Jane, his wife, his boy Elroy, a daughter Judy, right? So the Jetsons, which all those years ago, I'm 2 years younger than God. This is a long time. This was before I was even born. And they had moving sidewalks, and everybody had their own little jet to get around in. And they assured us it would be like that, certainly by the year 2000. My gosh, we're in 2021. It hasn't happened. Well, the same thing when I was like in middle school and computers were, getting very popular, and they promised that it was going to cut back on paper waste and save trees and everything would be digital, right up until everybody was too paranoid and decided they needed a backup copy for everything that was in their computer. So yeah, I'm struggling with how much junk there is. So I'm trying to find the courage, if not grace, the courage to literally put return to sender, not requested, and get them in the pocketbook, right? Like send it enough times to where they're finally going, wow, we're really wasting money. So I'm going to include this as I suggested, but it says 6 steps to get off mailing list to stop junk mail. Number 1, stop the flow. So you go to the source of the flood of mailings and turn off the faucet. Remove your name from mailing list, and this is www.dmachoice.org. Then it indicates it can take up to 90 days for the flow to stop, since many mailings are already in print or production. And please note, there's a $2 fee to unsubscribe. So like nothing's right. First theory of economics. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So while you have to do the physical and get in there and fix it, you still have to pay, right? So $2 to unsubscribe through DMA Choice. Number 2, no more credit card solicitation. Now this one is technically free. You go in and you dial a 188 number and 888, or you can even text 888-5 opt out. And there's a place to visit for that. But as soon as you do that, let me see. You'll have the option to choose either 5-year removal or a permanent. How refreshing. You can stop it by saying permanent. Even though much like robocalls, they will find another address to send it to you, but you could start with this. For personal credit cards, ask the company to place you on their in-house list that's not sold. Yeah. Number 3, put the kibosh on unwanted phone books and catalogs. And there's a thing called DEX, opt out of DEX, DEX. It's a hyperlink. Once you've received a catalog in the mail that you don't want, you call to opt out. Well, I always get the phone book, but I use things like Yelp, right? And there's even apps that are like the Yellow Pages apps. So I don't really need that big phone book. My heart loves it. My heart loves the idea. I would lose my mind if libraries closed, okay? They're such a blessing to me, but I don't need a bunch of phone books around. So it says oftentimes they're happy to take you off your list because it helps them save money by not printing unwanted catalogs. Would that it be true? Because honestly, everything's in motion. That's what's so hard as a vegan. That's what's so hard. Like we can only affect what we can. So I can start, much like Christianity, I can start with just the little people around me and attempt to be a good influence on them. And then maybe branch out a little further to those that I interact with in the workplace or whatever, and then hope that my actions of voting with my dollar and not purchasing certain things will reduce the need for those certain things. But when I look at the big picture, I know there's a God, that I'm not him, and I rejoice because, oh my gosh, like my brain just starts going on frying, my heart just starts melting, and I want to cry all day, and I can ill afford to do so. Number 4, contribute to charities, right? Not mailings. If you contribute once a year to a charitable organization, ask them to send you only 1 donation request per year. Of course, I donate more than once a year, but I'm sorry for that. The American Institute on Philanthropy offers several tips on reducing junk mail and phone solicitations from charities. Again, it's a hyperlink. And again, as usual, it's going to be going on midnight. So I'm going to have to wait on that, but I'm still happy to find this resource. Number 5, stop junk promo products. If you've had it with companies sending you mailings or promo products you don't want, I never get any promo product. I showed you the hot items I receive. You'll recognize a lot of them on the list below, just as you did with the DMA in step 1. Send or phone in all variations of your name and address to the list of brokers and direct marketing firms listed below. Start saving the labels of all variations of the names and addresses which come to your mailbox. Every variation, no matter how small, is another name on a list, which gets sold to literally thousands of businesses. So include all variations. If you prefer to go to the snail mail route and removal, cut and paste actual mailing labels onto a sheet. Make copies, add your signature beside them. I appreciate that. Again, another hyperlink. Have the Valpak mailing label handy if you want to get rid of Valpak. Valisis Direct Mail, I'm not familiar. Epsilon Data Services, I don't know. But I do know that they change my name a lot, and then all of a sudden it'll show up on my credit report. And I'm like, I have never used that in my life. Well, I mean, it indicated, it's just, I don't want to give up on this process, but I don't like it at all. Then it says, do you know that junk mail also comes at a huge cost to the environment? No, we didn't know. What a terrific waste all that paper is. Every day in the forests of northern Canada, majestic trees are cut to stumps at a rate of 2 acres a minute. I live on 1.25 acres. I'd be less than a minute. 24 hours a day, they cut down these majestic forests to produce junk mail. How is that not a first-class crime in everybody's eyes? These trees are not only critical in combating climate change by absorbing carbon from the Earth's atmosphere, they're also home to native peoples who watch helplessly as they lose everything they know to corporate paper companies. How does that not make you want to cry? That just makes me want to cry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, for 4 tips to stay off junk mail. Stop junk mail. Stopping junk mail is one thing. Keeping it at bay can be an additional challenge. Here are 4 tips for keeping junk mail out of your mailbox. Number 1, use the magic words, please do not rent, sell, or trade my name or address. Please do not rent, sell, or trade my name or address. These are the magic words you'll want to use when you're filling out forms such as warranty cards, subscriptions, raffles, customer information, credit applications, membership for organizations, and pretty much anytime you submit your name or address to anyone. Write them out next to your personal information and repeat these words when making purchases over the phone or on the internet, and voila, you'll stay off mailing lists. Please do not rent, sell, or trade my name or address. A note about warranties. Be advised that it's not necessary to fill out a warranty card to benefit from the warranty on your purchase. Wow. Warranty and registration cards are usually just a way to get consumer information. Read the fine print to see if you're required to return the card. It's always a game, isn't it? Number 2, get in-house credit card list. Contact your personal credit card companies and ask them to place your name and information on their in-house list so that it's not sold or traded to other companies. Number 3, prevent charity solicitations. If you contribute once a year to a charitable, ask them to donate. Request once a year, or see if they can send you a paperless request. Number 4, watch out for contests and free offers. Their purpose is often to obtain your name for mailing list and to sell something. If you do not sign up for one, be sure to use the magic words from tip number 1. What were those magic words again? I'm too tired to think. Where were my magic words? Please do not rent, sell, or trade my name or address. All right, people. I don't know if that helps you. I just can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write, like, the next stack I get. I'll write them down. I'll write the name they used for me. And then I will literally put return to sender not requested. And I will commit to doing that for, let's say, from now till Christmas. Alexa, how many days until Christmas?
Christmas will start in 86 days, on Saturday, December 25th, 2021.
86 days. So, like, for the next 86 days, we'll see if that cuts them back. And I'm not going to be, like, swayed by free gift enclosed. Or thank you, Juliana. Next to Jesus, you're our Savior. Please blank, blank, blank. I'm not going to be swayed. Okay, you heard it here at Jules Plus Vegan. All right, people, I'd love to know if you could relate in the comments below. Like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. And until we talk again, best of all, I pray my circumstances, not yours. And if that's the case, you're blessed.